back to another episode of E-Weekly, your home for campus news. Thanks for joining us for another school year. It should be a good one. This week, we'll cover headlines with EMU's president, the first State of the Union address at EMU, and plans to boost enrollment. Introducing Alexis Barrett with The Dish, Gabriel Reed is back with Eagle Encounters, and E-Weekly still has you in mind. This is E-Weekly.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to E-Weekly, the only place to get the swoop on the scoop. I'm Sarah Potteracki.
And I'm Nina Maria Badalamenti. We hope everyone has made it through the first semester smoothly. This year, we have some new faces, a new producer, and new segments coming soon that you won't want to miss. But first up, Sarah's going to take it away.
Thank you, Nina. The topic of sexual assault has been highly prevalent in the news in light of the testimonies given by both Dr. Christine Blasey Ford and Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh on September 27th. The Me Too movement, which spread virally in October of 2017, made it clear to see that sexual harassment and assault are bigger problems than people seem to have realized in the past. It is important that students feel safe on campus, and in case of an assault, they have resources available to them in order to feel protected. Students at EMU have access to our Title IX office and can meet with Title IX coordinator Dr. Melanie Werner for a one-on-one discussion about what options are available to them and what remedial measures may be necessary. Additionally, a community nonprofit called Safe House Center provides free and confidential support for those impacted by sexual assault. If you are feeling affected and in need of help, please take advantage of the services provided by our own Counseling and Psychological Services, or CAPS, by calling 734-487-1118 to schedule an appointment.
In early May, Eastern alumni Douglas and Mary Willer filed a lawsuit against the university for the elimination of 4 sports programs in hopes to bring these programs back. The university cut women's softball and tennis and men's wrestling and swimming and diving to reduce the athletics budget by $2.4 million. The lawsuit claimed that the university violated Michigan's Open Meetings Act. This act requires certain meetings of public bodies to be open to the public. Eastern's response to the claim was that it was, quote-unquote, without merit on all regards, because it was a decision made by President James Smith and Athletic Director Scott Weatherby, not by the Board of Regents. They also made the point that the Open Meetings Act does not apply to the university boards when administrative affairs are considered. On August 23rd, the university received notification that the State of Michigan Court of Claims has dismissed this lawsuit.
On September 27th, U.S. District Judge George Karam-Steve ruled that Eastern Michigan University's cutting of the women's tennis and softball teams was in violation of Title IX. This suit was filed by a female softball player and female tennis player. Both sides were ordered to appear in court later this month in order to work out a plan to reinstate the teams. The university released a statement saying the reason for eliminating the teams was to reduce expenses in athletics consistent with strategic reductions across the university. The team reductions affected 58 male student athletes and 25 female student athletes, resulting in savings of approximately $2.4 million. The judge took a look at the percentage of female athletes to the percentage of female EMU students, finding that female undergrads make up 59.4% of the population, but only 43.9% of our student athletes are female. This case is only one of many suits being brought forward in relation to the sports team cuts, and these stories are continuing to develop over time.
Plans to help Eastern boost enrollment are in gear. New students will have the opportunity to get half of their tuition paid for under the Forward Graduation Scholarship. Starting in the fall of 2019, incoming freshmen can get their last 2 years of college paid for by the university. These students must agree to pay their first 2 years at Eastern at a locked-in rate of a little over $13,000 a year for 30 credit hours. Students are also required to live on campus for all 4 years, and which will cost them about $10,500 per year. Students must have a GPA of 3.0 or higher and an ACT score of 20 or higher to enroll into the program. Eastern is hoping to motivate students to live on campus and to improve the success rate of students, which is higher when students are enrolled as freshmen.
We're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere.
In today's cyber world, the number of passwords you have to remember can be overwhelming. While it may be tempting to reuse the same passwords, or store them in a not-so-safe place. In doing so, you're putting your online accounts and data in danger of being compromised. The Eagle security package includes LastPass, an encrypted online password vault that can store all your usernames, passwords, and other personal information in one location. LastPass secures your login credentials using one master password, the last password you'll have to remember. Not only does LastPass store your login credentials, but it can automatically fill them in when you're logging into trusted websites. LastPass can also aid in the creation of strong, unique passwords and secure sensitive data such as addresses, credit cards, and personal notes. Since LastPass is encrypted and protected in the cloud, it's accessible wherever you are, through the LastPass website, a web browser extension, or the mobile app. LastPass makes password security easy. For more information about LastPass, visit tiny.emich.edu/LastPass.
Are you an EMU student interested in getting a first-hand experience working at a radio station? Well, say no more. EMU offers a class through Eagle Radio that will thoroughly prepare you for a real-life experience. But first, you have to register for the class. Pick a date and a time slot. Then the world is yours. Eagle Radio allows you to be fully independent and customize your own show. Have real conversations about the news, celebrity gossip, update listeners about the weather, play a trivia game. It's your show. You're free to name your show whatever you want and play any edited music of your choice. If you love having heated debates and you feel your words need to be heard, then Eagle Radio is just for you.
Welcome back. We have a couple more stories and our new dish anchor, Alexis Barrett, with The Dish is ahead. But first, let's head over to Sarah with our next story.
On September 17th, President Smith gave his first annual State of the University address. In this speech, he mentioned several of the programs within the university that had received high rankings in recent years. The next day, a new ranking was released. Onstage Blog ranked Eastern Michigan University's Theater Arts program as number 15 in the country, making it the only program in Michigan to make the national rankings. The program produces 6 main stage productions annually, as well as 2 smaller-scale second-stage productions. Students in the program receive training in areas such as script analysis, acting, direction, technical theater, dramaturgy, and more. There are a plethora of opportunities available for those looking to get involved, and advanced coursework for those looking to specialize in one or more areas of interest. EMU Theater's connection with the community at large through community-based programming, including touring productions, was also noted. If you are looking to support this amazing program, make sure to check out their 2018 to 2019 season.
TEDx has made its way to Washtenaw County for the 3rd year in a row. The Ypsilanti District Library, or YDL, held its 3rd annual TEDx YDL on September 27th at Riverside Arts Center. Over 100 people came to hear what inspiring words their community had to say. The theme this year was mobility. The event featured 11 speakers who talked for 8 to 10 minutes on how to mobilize. A few of the speakers and their topics included Kelsey Kalimala, who talked about her experience living with cerebral palsy and having to use a wheelchair, Pamela Marcado Garcia and Zareth Bustamante Lucano, who spoke about the challenges of receiving an education in America as a Latinx person, and Dan LaBruna, who spoke about the future of autonomous vehicles and what it could mean for senior citizens and the disabled. You can watch the recorded event at tedxydl.com.
Happy fall, Eagles. My name is Alexis Barrett, and I'm super excited to be hosting The Dish for you this semester. First things first, stopping the production of the vagina monologues. Yes or no? There is currently a survey posted on EMU Today's announcement page asking students to vote yes or no on its continuation of its annual production of the vagina monologues. This survey offers students valid viewpoints for both pro and con reasonings. Pro reasonings being that the production is a long-lasting tradition, it supports sexual liberation, and most importantly, it raises money for local organizations that support survivors of sexual assault. However, the reasonings against the continuation of the production are just as valid. They mention the fact that the vagina monologues only really represent a single subject, meaning it lacks representation and diversity. And it also reduces women to being defined by their genitalia. Well, what do you think? Check out the survey and cast your vote. In other news, EMU veterans will be hosting a special storytelling event at Hill Auditorium on November 5th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in order to raise awareness of the fundraising effort for Fisher House, a facility that houses veterans' families during extended medical procedures and treatments at VA hospitals. There will be 5 storytellers spanning across 3 generations of veterans sharing their stories about their personal experiences during war. This special event will be directed by our very own EMU professor as well as Army veteran Wallace Bridges. Tickets are free and donations are strongly encouraged. Also, if you're still in need of some learning beyond the classroom credit, you're in luck because it will be given to undergraduate students who attend. Again, the event will be held at Hill Auditorium on November 5th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Go show your support and help make this fundraiser a success. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Up next is sports after the break, so don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss it.
My favorite band just put out a new CD. I was super excited. I've been waiting forever for it to come out. But I was having a little cash flow problem. I asked some of my friends if they had the new CD yet, and they said I could get it for free if I found a pirated copy online. Without hesitation, I went on my computer and I found a website that had a free pirated copy, and I clicked download. It was that simple. After downloading it, I went to my computer and I opened my music player to listen to it, but my computer had slowed down to almost a stop. All I ended up with was a virus. Not my band's album. I guess when you pirate anything, you run the risk of an infection. Not to mention if you get caught, there could be legal issues. It really does pay to pay. My name is Emma, and I'm trying to be e-safe.
In this day and age of compromised accounts and data breaches, having a strong password is not enough to keep you and your personal information safe. Someone who steals your password could gain access to all your data with nothing to stop them. The Eagle Security Package offers Duo, a tool that provides an additional layer of security to your online accounts through two-factor authentication. This means Duo not only uses something you know, your password, but also something you have access to, such as your mobile device. Duo's two-factor authentication gives you the power to keep your data safe, even if your password is lost. Once Duo is set up, you can access protected sites with your login credentials like you normally would, but it will now be preceded by a message sent to your mobile device prompting you to accept or deny the login. If it's you who logged in, hit the green button to accept it, but if it's not you, hit the red button to deny it. By doing so, this extra step will take a forefront stance at protecting your online accounts from being compromised or breached, and you'll know right away if an attempt was made. For more information about Duo, please visit tiny.emich.edu/Duo.
Welcome back to eWeekly. I'm David Pierce Anderson. Happy to be on this side of the camera for this year. I'll be bringing you Eagle sports for the next year, and no better way than to start with the Eastern Michigan football team. They were looking for their first victory over the Northern Illinois Huskies since 2007 this past Saturday. The Huskies were enjoying their decade-long winning streak and were looking to get started on the next 10 years. The Eagles jumped out to an early 10-0 lead in the first before NIU snuck a 43-yard field goal with 33 seconds left in the first. The quarter was highlighted by a 34-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Weigers to Lyon Latu, his second touchdown reception of the young season. NIU took the lead in the second as Marcus Jones rushed for a 2-yard touchdown, and Andrew Gantz connected for his second field goal of the game, making it 13-10 Huskies. There wasn't much scoring from that point on, and in typical Maction fashion, the Rynearson crowd of nearly 15,000 was treated to a defensive bout. The Eagles found themselves trailing by 3 with 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in regulation before Weigers led a 60-yard drive to set up a Chad Ryland for a 28-yard field goal with 7 seconds left on the clock. Both teams scored in the first overtime, and after a fumble recovery by EMU's Kevin McGill, the Eagles were sitting pretty looking at their first victory over NIU since the Bush administration. However, Ryland shanked a chip shot to force the first triple overtime for EMU since 2004. Ryland hit a 42-yarder in the third OT, but Harrison rushed 1 yard to give the Huskies their second win of the season, beating EMU. EMU drops their third straight game as they fall to 2-3 on the season. The Eagles head to Western Michigan this Saturday to face the Broncos. Kickoff is at noon. You can watch the game on ESPN Plus or listen at WEMU. EMU volleyball had a strong showing against Toledo Rockets this Saturday evening in Toledo. The Eagles traveled to Savage Arena and swept the Rockets for their third win in the last 4 matches. Led by junior Cassie Hout, the Eagles dominated Toledo with 4, 9, and 11-point victories. Hout led the charge with 14 kills and had support from sophomore Frankie Streffling and senior Jordan Smith, as they combined for 21 kills of their own. Senior libero Alyssa Lafauche led the defensive effort with 26 digs. With the win over the Toledo, EMU pushes their overall record to 11-7 and 3-1 in the conference. Eastern is back home this weekend at the Convocation Center and will match up against the Northern Illinois Huskies on Friday and the Western Michigan Broncos on Saturday. Friday's game can be caught on ESPN3, while Saturdays will be an Eagle All-Access game. Before the success this weekend, 3 EMU players were recognized with MAC Player of the Week honors. For the second time this year, Lafauche was named Defensive Player of the Week as she collected a whopping 35 digs against Central Michigan and 22 against Kent State. She was joined by Mallory Rajewski and Riley Taylor as they were named MAC Setters of the Week. They combined for 57 assists in the 4-set victory against the Chippewas. The women's soccer team went to battle with the MAC rival Buffalo on Sunday and fell just short to the hands of the Bulls. EMU led at the halfway point after an assist from redshirt junior Kristen Nason to push her consecutive point streak to 4 games, the longest for an Eagle since Bianca Rossi had 4 back in 2014. The Bulls tied up set the score early in the second period after an EMU shot went wide. The score remained tied, and in the final minute of regulation, an EMU collision in goal kept the score tied and sent the match into overtime. EMU had their chances in overtime, but the Bulls nailed the deciding goal in the 100th minute of the game. Buffalo improves to 9-2 overall and 3-1 in the MAC, while EMU is 7-6 and 2-2 in conference. The Eagles return home on Thursday for a 4 o'clock start against Toledo before traveling to Bowling Green for a 1 o'clock start on Sunday. The Eastern Michigan University E-Club Alumni Chapter inducted 5 new Hall of Fame members to the E-Club Athletic Hall of Fame over the weekend. For more information, you can go on the E-Mich Athletic Club website and check out all those inductees. When we return, we'll have Gabrielle Reed with Eagle Encounters. We'll say goodbye, and we'll see you next week.
We are True EMU!
I am True EMU.
We are True EMU!
My mom's birthday was coming up fast, so I needed to go out shopping for something quick. I needed to move money from my savings to my checking account so I could use my debit card at the mall. I cracked open my laptop, hit the bookmark from my bank, and entered in my username and password. What the heck? I got sent back to the home page. So I entered in my username and password again, made the transfer, and went to the mall where I found this cool little necklace for my mom. That's good news, right? The bad news is, the next week I went to make a purchase and they told me that I had insufficient funds to cover that purchase. Long story short, when I had logged into my bank the first time, I got redirected to a fake site that stole my username and password. I guess I got a virus that redirected my bookmark. The thieves had a field day with my account. I wish I had known then what I know now. you have to check and make sure you're really on your bank's website. This could be done by either recognizing an image you've selected or clicking a lock or VeriSafe icon and comparing the bank's web address to a web address you've got on our certificate. My name is Luke, and I'm trying to be e-safe.
Welcome back, Eagles. I hope you had an amazing summer break. I also hope you're ready for a great season of Eastern Weekly. There's so many fun things happening around campus, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop on what's going on. On Friday, October 5th, there will be a symphony orchestra held in the Pease Auditorium. This event will run from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. The event is free and LBC approved. If symphonic music just isn't your thing, you can head over to the Student Center Auditorium for the Friday night movie. The movie being shown is Ocean's 8. There are 2 showings, one at 8 p.m. and another at 10:30 p.m. This event is free and LBC approved. Hope to see you there. Now, do you love Halloween and thrilling roller coaster rides? Then you need to be a part of Eastern's excursion. Join Campus Life on a trip to Cedar Point's Hollow Weekend. Campus Life will be meeting at the Student Center Information Desk at 8:30 a.m. on Saturday, October 6th. Tickets are available online for $40. For more information, contact Carolyn Horst, and don't be late. If this isn't exciting enough, the Jewish Studies Department is hosting Ari Axelrod's Broadway-style show this Saturday. The show celebrates and highlights Jewish contributions to American culture through song and dance. The show will be held in the Student Center Ballroom from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tickets only cost $18 a piece, and the show is well worth it. Contact the Jewish Studies Department for more information. Well, that's all for Eagle Encounters. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm your host, Gabrielle Reed, and thanks for watching Eastern Weekly.
Thanks, Gabrielle. Those events sound pretty fun. Hopefully you can attend at least one of these this weekend.
Be sure to follow us on social media at ETV at EMU, where you can watch all of our shows on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Whenever you want, that's from all of us. I'm Nina Maria Badalamenti.
And I'm Sarah Potteracki. We'll see you next week.
Hey Ben, I saw that you had an eventful weekend.
What do you mean?
Duh. Ben, those party photos you posted online a couple days ago where you were living it up, you know, the ones where you were YOLOing all over the place. Here, let me show you.
All right, I got it. YOLO, you only live once. It's my excuse to act crazy. I deleted those pictures though.
Yeah, about that. I screen grabbed some of those pictures and sent them to Benji. It was golden. You have to remember, Ben, what goes online stays online. And once it's out there forever.
Well, it's out there now.
Most of the time, after something gets posted to social media, it will be duplicated many times from server backups, living in the cloud forever, even after you remove it. A good rule of thumb is if you think what you're about to post could be harmful to you or someone else, just don't post it.
Yeah, last thing I want is for my family, or even worse, my employer or my friends to see me YOLOing all over social media.
Yeah, that applies to more than just pictures, you know. It can apply to all types of content posted online, including text and videos.
Oh man.
You should also be cautious about the amount of personal information you have available online for people to see, such as your full name, birth date, address, phone number, mother's maiden name, etc. Yeah, I'd hate for someone to see you're going to be at a party Saturday night, go to your profile, get your home address, and break into your house while you're out partying. Or use your birth date and your mother's maiden name to answer a security question in an attempt to reset your online password and hack your account.
I definitely wouldn't want that to happen.
Me neither. But being selective about the information you have accessible for people to see is very important. Check your privacy settings on your social media sites to make sure they only have information you want people to see. Yeah, I like to copy my profile URL, log out of the website, and paste it back into my web browser. Then I look over my profile to get an idea of what information of mine is open to the public.
That is a great idea.
It sure is. So what else are you going to do, Ben?
I'm gonna stop, and consider any consequences before I post any type of content to my social media websites.
Are you an EMU student interested in getting a first-hand experience working at a radio station? Well, say no more. EMU offers a class through Eagle Radio that will thoroughly prepare you for a real-life experience. But first, you have to register for the class. Pick a date and a time slot. Then the world is yours. Eagle Radio allows you to be fully independent and customize your own show. Have real conversations about the news, celebrity gossip, update listeners about the weather, play a trivia game. It's your show. You're free to name your show whatever you want and play any edited music of your choice. If you love having heated debates and you feel your words need to be heard, then Eagle Radio is just for you.